Hey, quick question. Stop scrolling. When was the last time you was at the petrol station and you didn't win set the price? Like, when was the last time for real? Well, something just happened in the Middle East that could finally bring those prices down, or at least stop them from climbing higher. Iran has opened the Strait of Hormuz to South African tankers and now Philippine flagged ships. The strait carries 1/5 of all the world's oil and gas. For the last 6 weeks, it's been basically blocked. Today, I'm going to explain in plain English what's changed, why it happened, and most importantly, what it actually means for your weekly fuel bill, your shopping, and your heating. Stick around for the full 20 minutes because this affects every single one of us.
Just got to the petrol station. Tell me why all the fucking unleaded out of use, but the super unleaded, they've got that, haven't they?
I think one of the reasons why that could be probably because everybody else will be getting regular 95 octane fuel, and now I don't think it's a lot of people that use Supreme Unleaded, but yeah, let's keep watching.
You money grabbing bastards. I'm not impressed with this. How's that coming out?
She's not happy.
163.9 Great British pence per litre. You think I'm having any more than a tenner, Britain? You are wrong. If it wasn't for the fact that my car was literally on 0 miles for the last 5 minutes, then I wouldn't have put any in.
0 miles for the last 5 minutes, guys. It's hitting every single one of us. I'm telling you right now. A lot of people are feeling it. But I'm pretty sure with what you guys are about to learn today, things are going to get a bit better. So let's start with the basics so we're all on the same page. The Strait of Hormuz is this tiny stretch of water, only about 21 miles wide at its narrowest, between Iran and Oman. Every day, around 21 million barrels of oil flow through it. That's roughly 20% of the entire planet's oil supply, and a huge chunk of liquefied natural gas too. Think of it like the M25 of global energy. If it gets blocked, everything slows down and prices shoot up. Most of that oil comes from Saudi Arabia, Iraq, UAE, Kuwait, and all the big Gulf producers. Then it heads to Europe, Asia, and everywhere else. We in the UK, we get a decent slice of our imported oil through routes that rely on this strait. So when it's closed or restricted, the price at the pump here in Britain, it goes up fast.
So Wednesday after work, I think I'll go and fill up the car. So I go to Costco at Gateshead, and I think, oh,
that is crazy. You know, in the UK, I've never seen cars queuing up for fuel like that. Like, I get it. Like, Costco's got the good prices and stuff, but I've never seen cars lining up to get fuel like that. That must have been a crazy day.
I'll be there a few minutes. I was there for 20 minutes. This is
20 minutes. You know, over here, you just used to get in your fuel, pay, and go. But 20 minutes, that's a new one. Hopefully, with the strait being open right now, things can get a bit better. But I do remember doing a report the other day, and I was reading, and they were saying it actually takes months before everything goes back to normal. So I think maybe till summer, that's when everything else is going to come back to normal, and then the fuel prices are going to stop, and then for once we're going to feel like we're back to normal. But if the war kicks off again, who knows what's going to happen? Who knows? So back at the end of February, things kicked off. The US and Israel carried out strikes inside Iran. Iran hit back hard. They started laying naval mines and attacking ships trying to pass through the strait. Overnight, insurers refused to cover tankers. Shipping companies rerouted around Africa. So this added weeks and massive extra costs, and the flow of oil dropped sharply. Result, global oil prices spiked, Brent crude jumped, and here in the UK, unleaded went up to 10 to 15p a litre in a lot of places. That's an extra 8 to 10 pound every time you fill up a normal family car. Not nice when we are already feeling the pinch. Like, I'm talking back and forth. You got people complaining about the cost of living, and it's crazy. So that added on to the cost of living. I can understand why a lot of people right now are complaining. So eventually, Iran started opening the doors to some countries. We're not really letting everybody else pass through, but some countries, they gave them the go ahead. Iran has officially said South African tankers can pass safely. But you might be asking yourself a question. Why South Africa first? These two countries, they have very strong trade links, and South Africa has stayed neutral in the conflict. Then just minutes ago, Iran confirmed the same for Philippine flagships. The Philippine Foreign Affairs Department said that they've got written assurance for smooth and swift passage for any ship flying the Philippine flag or Filipino Sea ferries on board. And it doesn't stop there. Iranian officials are extending similar deals to European nations, Asian countries, Arab nations, Russia, China, Spain, the Philippines, now confirmed. There's even talks that Oman might help coordinate tours. Basically, a fee to pass safely. Everybody in the UK, you're familiar with this. You know, you've been driving, especially I think when you're going to Liverpool and you pass through the passage where you've got to pay to pass, something similar, but on water. Right now, let's get to the part that matters the most to you and me, because the strait is now open to more tankers, more oil can flow again. That should put downward pressure on global oil prices. So in short term, next 1 to 2 weeks, we probably won't see a massive drop at the pump yet. Why? Number one, it takes time for tankers to load, sail, and then reach the UK refineries. Number two, oil and supermarkets still have higher priced stock in the system. Number three, they're slow to pass savings on. We've all seen that one before. But analysts are already saying if this selective passage keeps working and more countries get the green light, we would see Brent crude fall 5 to 10 pound a barrel in the coming month. That usually translates to 5 to 12p off a litre of petrol here in the UK. For a typical driver doing 800 miles a month, that's 8 to 15 pound back in your pocket every month. Not life changing, but every little helps when everything else is expensive. Diesel will follow the same pattern. Good news for the van drivers, farmers, and hauliers will move our food and goods. And there's also other ways that it's also going to hit your wallet, not just petrol. Let's talk about the supermarket. It's not only at the fuel pump. Higher oil prices push up the cost of transporting foods and goods, so supermarkets prices are going to rise. Hitting your home, that means boom, your gas and electric bills is going to rise. Manufacturing, almost everything. It's not only at the fuel pump. Higher oil prices, they push up the cost of manufacturing almost everything, heating your home, transporting food and goods. If the strait stays partly open and prices ease, we should see a bit of relief on your weekly shop and energy bills over the next 6 to 8 weeks. The Bank of England watches this closely because lower fuel costs help bring inflation down, which could mean interest rates stay lower or even drop sooner. So what are the world leaders saying right now? Well, Western countries are not happy about the selective opening. It's to be expected. UK Foreign Secretary Yvette Cooper just spoke at a 40-nation emergency meeting and condemned the original blockade, saying it's spiking prices and hurting ordinary families worldwide. US President Trump is pushing allies to take the lead on de-escalation talks so the strait can fully reopen without tolls or special favors. The worry is that Iran is using this as leverage, letting friendly or neutral countries through while still pressuring the West. It's a messy diplomatic game. So what could happen? Let's take a realistic look on what could actually happen. Base case scenario, more countries get safe passage, tolls stay reasonable, full flow returns in weeks, petrol drops 10 to 15 by the end of April and May. Likely case, it stays selective for a while, prices ease slowly but don't crash. We stay around current levels or see small weekly drops. Worst case scenario, something sparks off again and the strait tightens up, prices are going to climb up. Right now, the smart money is on slow improvement, not instant miracle. Iran has opened up the Strait of Hormuz to South Africa, the Philippines, and several other countries. This is good news for global oil supply. UK petrol and diesel prices should start easing over the next few weeks, maybe 5 to 12p off a litre if it continues. It'll also help your shopping and energy bills a little. We're not at the woods yet, but this is the first bit of positive movement in 6 weeks. Drop your current petrol price in the comments. Where are you in the UK and how much are you paying? If you want me to keep doing this clear, no nonsense updates on anything that's affecting your wallet, hit that subscribe button and the bell. I'll drop the next one as soon as anything changes.
So in Australia and Ireland, the governments have temporarily cut excise duty on fuel to make it more affordable for the consumer, because every other bill is skyrocketing and there's a lot of pressure on the working man at the minute and people are just getting so pissed off with life. They're just existing. They're really struggling. But at least their governments have done something. Here in Britain, what have they done? Fuck all. Everything's going up. Council tax has gone up again. There's potholes everywhere. People are damaging their cars left, right and centre, and they're having to pay for the expense of them to be fixed, which is fucking wrong. Water rates have gone up. Food bills are skyrocketing. You get to the point where you just get, when the fuck is enough? Where you just want to go,
Shit, council tax went up recently as well. I swear. Wow, I felt that one personally.
I've had enough. I'm selling up. I'm leaving the country because this country's fucked. They just don't have the best interests of the people in this country at heart, do they? They're just like, let's get as much as we can get out of them. And do you know what I think they could be doing as well? They could be trying to pressurise us into buying electric cars. That's just crossed my mind as well. Put the prices up. Oh, can't afford this. We'll just buy one of them. Well, let me tell you something about electric cars. The price of batteries to replace on them, you could be looking at plus 30 grand. So really think twice about it. Just don't believe this country.
Wait, what? Price to replace your battery on your electric car could cost up to 30 grand. You know what? I think we need to do some research. Average EV battery replacement in the UK costs about 7,000 to 15,000. Cheaper end or smaller cars or older models, between 3,000 and 7,000. Typically mainstream cars like the Nissan Leaf cost between 6,500 and 9,500. Premium cars like the Tesla, the long range EVs, you're looking at between 18,000 and 22,000 pounds. Worst case scenarios, let's say you get damage or your car's been written off. You're looking at 20,000. Even though they're expensive, they say in these cars come with an 8-year warranty or 100,000 miles. 8 years may be cool, but I still don't agree, me personally. I don't know what you guys think. But 100,000 miles warranty on a battery, that's gonna cost me upwards of minimum 7K? Nah, I don't think 100,000 miles is fair, because if you're driving a lot, not even a lot, but after a little while, after like 3-4 years, some of us can reach up to 100,000 miles. So I don't know. I don't really think that's a good deal. But it's saying insurance does cover, but it depends how. They cover crash damage, fire, flood, vandalism. And in these cases, insurance can also replace the battery or write off the whole car. And apparently that's common with EVs. Example, a small impact can trigger a 20k battery replacement claim. What's not covered? What's not covered, obviously, is normal wear and tear, battery degradation. Normal wear and tear is not covered. Battery degradation over time, that's not covered. Old age, outside warranty, not covered. That's when it becomes your problem. So we basically being told after 8 years or 100,000 miles, the 7k is your own responsibility. And I totally understand that EV batteries rarely just die suddenly, but still 100,000 miles, I don't know. I'm also hearing that most of these, they last between 10 to 20 years before needing replacement. So would you need to find 7,000 cash? Worst case scenario, your car is out of warranty, your battery fails naturally, no insurance claim is possible. Yes, you could be hit with a 7 to 15k bill. That is nuts. Imagine a 7 to 15k bill for a battery replacement on your electric car. That's crazy. That is crazy. People online are saying EV batteries cost 30,000. Yeah, in some extreme cases that's true, but in reality, most replacements in the UK is between 7,000 to 15,000. Now, here's what they don't tell you. Most electric cars come with an 8-year warranty, so if anything goes wrong early, you are not paying a penny. But like I said, guys, earlier on, 8 years, I think that's a bit tight. And if your battery gets damaged in a crash, insurance usually covers it. Sometimes they'll even write the whole car off instead. The only time you are really exposed is when the car is old, out of warranty, and the battery naturally dies. That's when you could be looking at a serious bill. Okay.
Joke, man. Absolutely. Oh, every other country is trying to help the people out, but the UK, we get fuck all. We just get shafted left, right, and centre. I won't be surprised if this government started taxing us for breathing next. Just saying.
Funny guy.